Rumours, a new movie from Guy Maddin, starring Cate Blanchett, and I'm delighted to say that Guy has joined us and Cate has joined us. They're not together, but we are all speaking at the same time, hopefully. Cate and Guy, you're very welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Where are you, Guy?
I am in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
And Cate, you appear, from the quality of the picture, you appear a lot closer.
I think this is the background. I'm also in Winnipeg. No, around the corner from Guy. No, I'm in London.
Cate, when you were on the show last, which was for The New Boy, Mark and I did the interview, and the one thing that we really, and it was great to talk to you, and we loved the film very much, but afterwards we were both very annoyed that we hadn't mentioned the Sparks video that you had just done for the girl that's crying in a latte, and performed at Glastonbury and so on, and we hadn't mentioned it, and we were both furious that we love Sparks, don't get a chance to talk about Sparks on a movie show, and we'd forgotten it. However, I think we can now put that right, because I think, Guy Maddin, you know Ron Russell Mayo, and was that your way into contacting Cate? Tell us the story here.
It's just a coincidence. I think I found some other way towards, flapping my arms in front of Cate's face, through Ari Aster, perhaps. But it's a great coincidence that we all know the wonderful Ron and Russell Mayo. They're just the sweetest guys. They've been putting out this sui generis, super catchy pop music since 1970, I think. And I met them through a book reviewer named Michael Silverblatt, whose favorite band was Sparks. And we ended up talking about making a film together someday. They'd been wanting to get into film since Jacques Tati, of all people, decided he wanted Ron and Russell Mayo to replace his Monsieur Hulot character at the end of his career. But he died before they got a chance to do it. And then something went wrong with our project. And then luckily they got involved with Leos Carax and made that visionary, and they made Annette. And I've never heard from Cate how she met them.
Okay, well now it seems to be a good chance to do it.
Yeah, no, I've always loved their music. It's sort of full of non-ironic irony, and it's I've loved them since I first heard them. And then I saw Edgar Wright's documentary, and he was going to see them at the Roundhouse because, of course, he's very close to them. And I said, a drooling fan, that I wanted to go. And I happened to meet them at the César Awards in Paris. And I got the courage to go up and knock on their door in advance of that concert at the Roundhouse and say, I'm a drooling fan. And they said, oh, Edgar and Guy Maddin. And I think by then you'd sent me an email. And then we started to talk about Jacques Tati. So it's like all of these roads led to Rome. They're sort of, they either lead to you, Guy, or to Russell. But
I try to make people come to me.
What?
I try to make people come to me here in Winnipeg. It's the most inconvenient place. It's a power trip I have.
Okay, so if the story doesn't sort of start with Sparks, you all have Ron and Russell and their music and their ideas hanging around. They're sort of in the background. The kind of territory on which you're speaking. So Guy, introduce us to Rumours and how the story emerged, and then getting Cate involved and the rest of the cast.
Yeah, Rumours. I'm going to try to make it sound sexy, but it's hard to make a movie about G7 leaders sound sexy or cool or anything. But this movie could really be about anyone. It's almost as if the G7 leaders get lost in the woods on grad night. They're just really regular people who happen to be leaders of the 7 largest democracies in the world. And they're just regular people. They all speak in geopolitical jargon, which makes them unlike teenagers on grad night. But it was just kind of a challenge that we had to strip a movie bare of everyone except 7 people, have them speak this highly specialized language, and see what world leaders would do when stranded. And some of our favorite genres sneaked in, or they wandered through in their peregrinations, a few genres: soap operas, monster movies, and some other WTF thingamabobs. And we ended up sort of feeling good. Evan Johnson, one of my two partners, and Galen and I would convene for story structure timbers, such as they are. We went cheap on the story structure this time, but he went into some sort of geopolitical trance and just produced reams of dialogue that's really delightful. It got it he nudged it airborne very early in the writing process, and it kind of came out in one big stream of conscious thing that really delighted me. And I didn't even want to edit it at all once it came out, and I kind of love the trick he pulls off. It's almost a literary trick more than a screenwriting trick, but there's a strange tone that I don't think any other movies ever had. That this movie has, and that confuses reviewers sometimes. I understand. I try not to read reviews because I'm a gigantic coward, but I do know that even people who like the movie don't ever mention this kind of tonal miracle that I feel Evan pulled off. Anyway.